I'm sure you've heard the term grey area drinker. Well, when I was drinking, there was definitely no grey area. It was all or nothing, and it was always all. I always needed more wine. Once I started drinking, I found it really, really hard to stop. And I believe that many people who come into the world of alcohol-free living find that they're all or nothing kind of people. And this video is all about how we can be a little bit less all or nothing. Now, being all or nothing at times can serve us. It can be a really powerful trait when we channel that all energy into things that we really want to achieve. But there's many times where it can hinder us and it can hold us back. And when you mix an all or nothing personality and those traits that come with it with an addictive substance like alcohol, it can become a major problem. And the big trick when you notice that you've got an all or nothing personality is exactly that. It's about noticing it. It's about starting to bring it out into the light and to become aware of it. I find most people who are all or nothing, and I absolutely am, can find it hard to actually notice that those traits exist within them. So by bringing it out into the light and starting to make it conscious and really notice when you're acting in a way that is around your all or nothing personality, you can start to do something about it. And we find that grey area in the middle, that place in between all and nothing, we find that really uncomfortable. And the key in this is starting to get comfortable in that middle ground, in that grey area. And the reason that many people who have all or nothing traits find that middle ground so uncomfortable is because it usually represents uncertainty. And I find a lot of people who have all or nothing traits act in that way because it gives them some level of certainty around certain things in their lives. For example, I was recently having some concerns around my finances. I had too much money wrapped up in one place and not enough cash in the bank, and I needed to shift it. And there was no quick way of doing it. It meant sitting in a place of uncertainty. Yet I found my all or nothing trait was pushing me to do a deal that would mean I wasn't getting a very good deal, but it meant that I would get certainty. So I was willing to lose a load of money just because I couldn't handle that feeling of sitting in a place of uncertainty. I was going to that all or nothing place yet again. And it can happen in so many different ways. That's just one example of how all or nothing behavior can show up. It can cause us to make decisions that actually leave us worse off, all because we want to avoid that discomfort of sitting with uncertainty. So the key in all of this is really becoming aware when your all or nothing traits are showing up, whether it's with alcohol, food, exercise, work, whatever it might be. Start to notice it and then start to try and ask yourself some questions around why you're all or nothing with it. As I've mentioned, there are some things where it can be super beneficial to your life, but most things, especially exercise, work, food, moderation is the key. Now, I don't believe in moderation with alcohol, but I do with many other things in our life, because many of those things can bring us joy. But when we go all out with them, they can actually cause us suffering. So start to really notice how much you need these things and the reasons why you're using them. Have they become some kind of coping mechanism? Start to pick it apart and then start to get used to being in that grey area in the middle, the area of discomfort, the place of uncertainty. Start to train yourself and test yourself by purposely sitting with uncertainty. The more you can do that, the more comfortable it's going to feel. It is just like training yourself and learning a new skill. Bring it out into the light. Start to notice where your all or nothing traits are showing up. Get used to the grey area, train yourself, get used to the feeling of uncertainty, and it won't feel so bad as you go forward. And start to really pay attention where this is coming up, because it's actually relatively easy to break once you start to make it conscious. Now, there's a video next to me that will give you more help around your journey to alcohol freedom. You can watch that now, just click on it, and make sure you also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love you to be part of this amazing community. And I'll see you on the next video very, very soon.